I'm going to walk you through some important pieces in scheduling a meeting in Zoom. When you go to schedule a meeting, whether it's in Schoology or elsewhere, a lot of these settings will be critical in what happens in your meeting. First thing I want to show you is the recurring meeting session. If you're in Schoology and you click recurring meeting daily, that sets a calendar invitation for student Schoology for every day until the end date, which could be really, really distracting, and a lot of students are unable to see some of their other important assignments and things like that. I do not recommend clicking recurring meeting in Schoology unless you go to daily and no fixed time. That means that this can mean any time, so that way there is not a calendar invitation. Otherwise, if you're in Schoology, do not click recurring meeting unless you're going to make it for no fixed time. The next thing to go down to is passcode. So with passcode, what that does in Schoology is it limits you so that people who only have the invite link or passcode can join the meeting. All your students already have the invite link because it's connected through their Schoology. So that's what I would suggest doing, that it shouldn't mess other people up. Waiting room is a little funky. So there's two different ways you can do this. You can either select so that there is a waiting room, or you can go down and in options, you can disable allow participants to join anytime. So either you have disabled this, and what allow participants to join anytime means is that kids can join before you. If this is unclicked, this means kids have to wait for you to come in. Let's say that I have this clicked, allow participants to join anytime. You must have the waiting room on, so that way kids aren't coming in and doing things that you're not aware of. The easiest in an all-class situation is to unclick allow participants to join anytime, and then you can unclick waiting room. Because what happens is students can only join when you're there, which means you don't need a waiting room to be admitted formally by you. Might want to double check your require authentication to join. For some people, they have this option as a drop down that I do, and you want to make sure it's employees and students. Not everyone has that drop down, and we haven't quite figured out why some people do and why some people don't. So huzzah. Last thing is under options on the bottom. If you want to make sure that you have alternative hosts, if you have somebody else who needs to be teaching, your co-teacher will automatically be added in Schoology. But if you're trying to add in some other folks who may not normally be in there, such as people in your CT, you can add those people right there. Finally, click save, and there you go. So if this is an office hours link, you can copy this, but if you're in Schoology, you are all set. You don't need to do anything. It just lives in Schoology and students will meet it there. That's a quick walkthrough of some of the most important features that you may have questions about in Zoom.